Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
Top 10 things that geeky people do. And I thought we have got to go over this together.
Why? Because you got a couple of geeky people in the room with you?
I think myself included. It was all part of this whole article and discussion that geeks are hot. Being a geek is in.
Really?
You know, some of our favorite characters in pop culture are geeky. Think of Stranger Things. You know, geeks are beloved to us again.
Yeah.
I think they always are. So, it's so funny because we're gonna go over the top 10 things, but I see us in these things, and I think you'll see yourself. Okay, and you'll feel yourself in this. So, number 10, geeky things people do: learning obscure trivia for fun.
Oh man.
Oh, do you feel that, Sam?
I still do it today.
Yeah, that's okay.
I've been doing that since high school.
Don't let it
That's
label
just a
you.
natural interest in things, though. That's
Yeah.
a natural curiosity.
Partly, yeah, but I always keep thinking, one day this is going to win me $1 million, or one day I'm going to help.
What's wrong with
something.
just being curious? Curiosity is wonderful. And by the way, I'm not labeling anyone as anything. I'm not trying to label you as a geek. I just found it funny. I started reading these, things that make people geeky. And I thought, oh, wow, a lot of us will see ourselves and feel ourselves here.
Well, I would say, it's very mainstream because
Yes.
why? So many things that were, originally developed by those that they would classify, as geeks have come from technology and intense thinking, which is, I guess, really what I don't even know what the definition of it is, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I know that there are things that I geek out on. I love tech.
I know you do.
know?
Oh,
And
you're dripping in this list, Murphy.
Oh, okay.
And geeks run the world, right? What's that old saying? You don't know this because you're not a woman. It was a long time ago. Somebody said, "Go for a nerd. Nerds, go for a nerd. Girls, don't go for the jock.
So
go for the nerds.
is a nerd
They're
and
going
a
to run
geek
the
the
world."
same thing?
I don't know. I guess so.
Pretty much.
Let's not get stuck there. The
There are
other thing,
variations on a theme.
another thing that's on number 9 on the list: memorizing theme songs from old shows, old TV shows. I think you don't intentionally memorize them.
Memorizing?
You don't try to memorize them. They're just there.
Yeah, I think repetition is what that was.
I loved it.
But that's why, I wonder if that's changed today now that you can skip every intro.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Every theme song can be skipped if you want to.
There are certain theme songs I don't skip. I don't like to skip the Mad Men theme song. I love that one. It's my jam. I never liked to skip the Game of Thrones theme song, even though you can skip it and it didn't have like singing or back when there was a cute little story or song and lyrics. Anyway, here's a good one. Having favorite fonts for documents. I'm looking at Sam because I know he does.
Well, no, I do. I used to have a lot more and used to get fancy with wingdings and Comic Sans, and it's like
I remember.
I've grown up.
Yeah.
So I stick to some of the basics, but usually 2 or 3.
I love the easy on the eyes fonts that almost look like writing. I
think that's what probably most people gravitate to. I think when you had a choice of fonts, it was fun to play around with them. But now that things are really standardized, if our company, for example, uses standardized fonts, and that's what I use today.
Plus, if you use something today like Comic Sans,
you're not taken seriously.
Yeah, and somebody will criticize you. It's like, oh, I thought they got rid of that.
People are going to criticize you no matter what you do. You should do what you want. Say that.
But
All right, moving
not
on.
with Comic Sans.
Well, I really think the reason a bazillion fonts exist is for marketing and that kind of purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's not to
Artistic
compose
reasons.
the letter, right? Exactly.
Speaking of fonts, I can remember standing in like a Hallmark store as a little girl looking at cards. And I can remember finding one that said something I liked that I was vibing with. Like, this is what I want this is the card, except I didn't buy it because of the font. It was way too scripty and pretty. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
This is not a fancy situation.
Yeah. Well, and that is exactly like Sam says. It's about the art when it comes to picking those.
Fonts matter. So anyway, that's number 8 on the list, having favorite fonts for documents. Yay! Number 7, memorizing lines from your favorite movies. Again, that's kind of like the TV show thing. We all sort of do it. Why are you shaking your head?
Because these are all real.
Yeah, they are. That's why I wanted to talk about it.
Wait, you mean you actively memorize lines or they just stick? Because they stick. I'm not actively
not memorizing, but they stick.
Yeah, they stick.
If somebody starts talking about a movie,
You're human.
Yeah. See, exactly. I wouldn't say that's geeky. If you have your favorite, Friends being one of our favorite family shows for so many years, I can't tell you how many things we quote from that TV show all these years later because they
we're
stick.
not actively trying to memorize them. They just got in because we watched it so much. So we'll skip over those. Number 6, watching YouTube tutorials just for fun. Anybody do it for fun?
No.
Me either.
Nope.
Woo!
I mean, I don't.
There's our non-geek entry.
Just for fun. I mean, I would think there's still got to be some connection and reason, though, even if it's for fun. I mean,
it's
so
not for
to
fun.
me, I would.
It's for function. It's never for fun.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I've been pulled into things before. It's like, oh wow, that's how a jet engine works.
Oh.
Okay, sure, I'll watch that.
You do that, correct? I will. I'll go to bed and I'll be asleep for 2 hours, and I wake up and Murphy's not in the bed, and I go in the living room and he's watching a tutorial about something, technical. You do that,
Yeah,
geek.
I guess. I mean, it's more. It's more of a how it works versus a how to do it yourself tutorial. But yeah, those pop up in my feed probably all the time for that very reason.
So that was number 6.
You want to know how the mail actually gets here? Oh, never mind. I'll tell you that later.
The top 5 get really juicy. Are y'all ready? I think we're going to see ourselves in these, especially some of you. Number 5, top things that make you geeky. Keeping spreadsheets for personal projects.
I got a few of those.
I know.
One of the most important spreadsheets we have is,
Oh, that's if something happens to you. Yeah, thank God. Okay, okay.
Look, here's the thing about it.
Thank God.
I'll just put it out there. I don't mind. I know there's some people that I guess if all you do in work every day is working them, it would probably be maddening to have them.
Yes.
But there are a lot of reasons that I use spreadsheets because they organize better than a Word document or something else.
Right.
Just for some things. I mean, when you really use it as a tool, so I'm guilty as charged on that one. I have a lot
And you're proud of it.
Yeah, I mean, and when you say personal, I don't know. It's not like I don't have my favorite movies on a spreadsheet, or favorite TV shows or anything like that. But it's practical stuff. It is.
I would rather you have spreadsheets than just haphazardly have sticky notes everywhere like I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done my share of those too.
I am proud of that for you. Okay. Do you any spreadsheets?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, years ago, yes.
You can't check that box, Sam.
No.
Okay. Number 4, keeping old tech just because it's nostalgic and cool to you. Oh, sweet Murphy. Spotlight.
Well, I guess I'm going to be guilty again.
Spotlight.
But
That's
here's
okay.
the thing on that. This is what's great. I do have my very first, because I never wanted to get rid of it, the first CD player that I ever bought.
Ooh.
It was a portable. So I still own that. And it's sentimental to me because, I was still in high school. I was working. I saved up a long time for it. Mm-hmm. And it was just special. And it's the one that went around with me in the car before they actually had them, in car. And you had to, this really dates things.
Oh, no.
The cassette adapter that actually connected the CD to the, yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Good for you.
But anyway.
By the way, did it have bass boost and anti-skip?
I know it didn't have anti-skip because every time I hit a bump, but it did have bass boost. It was a Sony. I still have that.
That's awesome.
You know what I wish I'd still had though, but most of my tech, honestly, because it ages so fast.
And you're such an early adopter of new tech.
I donate it, and and you both know how I feel about this too. It's one of those things where it's. I do like to recycle, and electronics are just something I can't. I think part of it is because it's a functional tool to me. Putting it in the trash just doesn't feel right at all.
Oh, I understand.
And so
that.
that's why it goes to Goodwill or whatever, because even if they can't resell it, they have the electronic recycling program. And so that's wires, blah, 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 all that old stuff I take. But I do have my first CD player. I still have a Walkman that I had in the 1980s. I still have a little portable radio. With the little presets on it. I guess that would be
You're just
considered
dripping
radio.
in this
Don't
one,
you have
keeping old tech.
Your first iPod too?
Yes, I do. I still have my first iPod.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
you're right. I'm glad you remembered that, Sam. And it was Jodi's cousin Crystal. This is what's funny. That's the whole beginning of the, she and I have this tech sharing thing going.
You do.
She was the first one to have one, and I was just like
jealous.
I gotta get one of those.
Yeah.
No secret that, right? I mean, you'll both know that about me. If I see something and I start talking about it and it kind of gets my interest, you probably know I'm getting one.
Oh my gosh. Every time you start saying there's a new so-and-so and it's really cool, but we don't need it, I'm thinking, give him a week.
It'll be here in 2 days.
And it'll be here in a week. And it happens.
Oh, I know.
It happened with speakers recently.
I know. Well, look, they were on sale.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Well, I needed the latest version.
Yeah. Anyway. Y'all, we're in the thick of the list now.
Okay.
Top
I understand
three, right?
what you're talking about, though. What you're saying about tech, it hurts you to throw it away or get. I feel the same about certain things in fashion. I feel the same way, so I understand that. A dress that is not in style anymore or doesn't fit me anymore, but if it's well made and I loved it,
like
it's hard for me to part.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be considered geeky though, right? If you have
I'm just saying
if
that
you wear it might be.
No, I'm saying I
keeping
empathize and understand.
I understand. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay,
Sometimes
vibing with you on that. Number
Yeah.
3, things that make us geeky: keeping tabs open on your computer just in case.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You do
Just in case what?
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see if I'm working on a project and I'm bouncing around, but that's not a just in case. It's I know I'm going back to that tab for something.
Yeah, I do it for that reason,
Yes.
but also like when I get started in the morning and it's like at some point today I need to be adding to this, so I'm
Okay.
gonna just leave it open on the side.
Yeah.
And every now and then, go back to it and like, don't forget
I'm going to
that.
say that probably doesn't belong on the geek list. It just
Yeah.
belongs on the
That's productivity or
work productivity.
Yeah, it's definitely productivity. Now,
Efficient.
here's how you put it on the geek list, because this is what I do. The more tabs that you have open, the more memory that you're using, which then slows your computer down also. So, so I've, found ways, and there are tweaks and settings I have so that I can keep the tabs open while minimizing the amount of memory I'm using. So
we'll check that one off from
that's
Murphy.
a big
So did I make it geeky?
Yeah.
Number 2, watching behind the scenes documentaries.
Oh, definitely.
No, that's not
Geeks-
geeky. That's
geeks-
awesome.
I think it's awesome too, but apparently that's
No.
not every person who loves to be entertained, every consumer wants to know how the sausage is made.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's like, somebody who eats a killer dessert doesn't necessarily want to know how it's made. They enjoy
Correct.
it. Yeah. That
Not
makes
everybody
sense.
wants that. I know you love them the most. In fact, there's one coming up soon that we're going to watch together, and I'm waiting. I wasn't dying to watch the Stranger Things behind the scenes thing, waiting for you.
Yeah. Well,
Because I know you're going to be about it.
Yeah, I totally want to know.
See, those I consider that entertainment.
I know you do.
An extension of whatever you brought you to it.
Agreed.
Like watching the behind the scenes of a concert like Taylor Swift. I want to see that not only for Taylor, but also to find out why she put this song here or how she jumps down on the hole and shows up at the other end of the stage.
And that's the definition of us geeking out about those things. I do too. I have my geek out behind the scenes things.
So we're going to have to Google the definition. I'm guessing it's anything that becomes intensely intellectual like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're
just
it's
being
on
extra.
that narrow path, right? Exactly. I guess could be classified as that.
You're just being extra.
Because I wonder if there's like a correlation between people who are natural tinkerers and playing around. If you, as a kid, if you're taking things apart to see how it works, which I don't know that that's an exclusively guy thing. I know guys were always the ones that were considered. I think anybody can be a tinkerer, but I do know that's exactly the way that I was as a kid.
Yes.
Now I wouldn't take apart something that was working usually. But I did do that. I would take things apart and put them back together because I wanted to see what was happening on the inside, and that
I never
natural
cared
curiosity.
about what was happening
and so,
on the
but
inside.
I'll tell you, that's the common theme of my whole life. I actually do, and I know that we can't possibly know how everything is done all the time. But I always want to know enough about how something is done because to me, you can troubleshoot it if you know enough about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's
to me, that's figuring
figuring
things out is not geeky. That's like you said, a tinkerer. That's an inquisitive mind.
All right.
Yeah. So, and so like, not just the behind the scenes stuff, but I think today, more so than any time, the reason that documentaries and true crime, very serious fact-based things that aren't necessarily about humor, but they're not drama, they're not fiction, are really, they're at the top of the list for a lot of things that people like and enjoy and watch today.
That's a psychological thing for me.
So, I almost feel like that kind of sort of gets into that same umbrella of the intellectual. There's a reason that you're drawn into those things that are more serious, that you're not just consuming for passive entertainment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If
You're
watching The
genuinely-
Hangover is funny as a movie, and the first time you see it and you're laughing, there's nothing necessarily deep about that. You're truly enjoying that. And that's the opposite of the show that you're actually on a journey and curious to see what the outcome is.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're trying to figure it out before the authorities.
Right. Sometimes you do.
All right, top 10 things, top 10 geeky things that we do. Number one, and we all see ourselves in some of these, some more than others. The number one is, this is so funny because you guys might as well just stand up and put the shirt on. Comparing specs before buying any gadget. Murphy does that like it's his job.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something about that.
It is your job.
But see,
that's practical.
Yeah,
it's common sense. You're investing your money in something.
Agreed.
You want to get your money.
You want to make the smart decision.
Agreed.
But again, there's no right or wrong way to do it. There's, it's totally cool to be a consumer and buy something that you just like, and for whatever you're drawn to it for whatever reason. I mean, if this is the version that you want, or it becomes a cost factor and you don't care about the other specs because you need to save money, or you've saved up for a long time and you want to buy the better version. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel to me like that's a geeky one.
I know.
Are we defending this because we're geeks?
I'm not
Is that why we're doing
labeling
this?
you. I find it fantastic. I'm in here too.
Does Best Buy sell Geek Squad shirts?
They should.
You can get one if you work.
Honestly, I think that the geek has become quite the enduring and very positive term today.
It has. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We can all see ourselves in this list.
Oh yeah, I'll happily make a list of things I totally. Oh,
you're on here.
Well, see, making that list is a geek thing right there. Especially if you put it on a spreadsheet.
Right.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast.